This episode is brought to you by Barley's Barber Salon. Barley's provides professional haircuts as well as top-of-the-line hair products. Located out of Millersville and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Book an appointment today at barleysbarbersalon.com. Again, that's barleysbarbersalon.com.
Welcome back, Fade the Public podcast. Kick it off, NFL. Eli Manning benched today for Nathaniel Bones Jones.
About time it happened.
Dude, fuck, man. I just keep having bad take after bad take. I think the first episode I was like, I think the Giants are going to be smart this year and just play Eli the full season.
Yeah, I think I didn't agree with that. You said that.
No, yeah, you didn't.
No.
You were one that didn't agree. Yeah, he was benched today. I feel bad, man. I'm like one of the Eagles fans that love Eli.
We love to hate Eli, but also, like, you know, you got to respect him for what he's done. He's had a long career there, and he's one of the few quarterbacks to take down Tom Brady, so, you know, give him that. Nick Foles, most recent quarterback to take down Tom Brady. But, I mean, he's had a long career there, so you got to love it. You got to love what he's done.
Honestly, though, as much as I love him, like, I don't understand why they even started him in the first place. Did they expect anything else? Like, after last year...
I think he just had to start. You couldn't just not start him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny. A lot of people did call the week 2 or week 3 start of Daniel Jones. So, I mean, everyone saw this coming.
Yeah, you called it.
It's crazy, though, too, because, dude, if they got rid of him at the beginning of the season, if they just moved on from him, they would have saved him $17 million in cap space just by moving on. So, essentially, we're you know, they're paying $17 million for 2 losses, and then, I mean... Maybe they were expecting things to go one way. It didn't happen, so it's just time. But, you know, a lot of that has to do with just, you know, trusting that, you know, you kind of send your guy off who's given your whole city a lot to keep going. So, you know, it's crazy, though, because 234 games, 362 touchdowns, has an exact even regular season record of 116 wins and 116 losses. So he's not going to be a losing quarterback.
Yeah,
Seriously, he's 500?
He's 500 with this.
I think it would be better, though.
And
yeah, it had to just, like, come from the last few years of just
killing
them, dude.
8-4 playoff record, too. 2 Super Bowls.
That's not bad.
It's a crazy career that he's had. I mean, just for the longevity he has, was going to start every single game of his career if it wasn't for Ben McAdoo taking that out, which is crazy to think. Like, he would have had an insane record for starts, and Ben McAdoo just came in and said, nah. Who was it that he put in? Like, Geno Smith?
I think it was. I think, yeah.
I'd fucking cry in the locker room, too, if I got benched by...
Dude, you got to respect how... He's been playing for more than a decade, man. That's hard to do.
That's crazy.
Especially playing the quarterback position, you know?
So his whole career just got compared to his brother.
Yeah, but he
like,
did get those Super
You think
Bowls,
Peyton ever calls him and just starts laughing and hangs up?
I mean, they both have the same amount of Super Bowls. So.
True.
Yeah.
So, he's 38 years old. Another quarterback might never see again at 38. Ben Roethlisberger, out for the season. What I'm hearing is it's Tommy John surgery.
This is it.
If that's the elbow, I mean, what 38-year-old can come back from Tommy John? I mean, baseball players know it when they see it. It's really hard to come back at an old age.
Usually, when you get Tommy John, you have to sit the next season too for baseball players. So I don't know if football if it's any different. I mean,
I don't even know if I've ever heard of someone in the NFL having Tommy John.
Yeah, that's the first.
I'm sure it's happened, but
when he threw that though, you could see his elbow like
I didn't even see it
up. It was crazy, man. You saw the muscles just
like
contracting, like it was crazy. You knew something was wrong. But hey, didn't I call that? Didn't I say? I said everybody talks about Tom Brady declining. I said Brendan Roethlisberger. I think his time has come, dude. He's 38. He looks. He's like 280, man. He's huge.
To add to my more fucking dude, I'm just a worst takes out the fucking ass for me, dude. My first worst take last episode was that dude saying Ben's time's done because of the preseason game. So yeah, that's like my third bad take. Fuck.
His season was done when everybody left that Steelers team.
Yeah, the Killer Bees.
It's crazy. None of them are there anymore.
No, it's weird, man.
They're going to be a complete rebuild. You know, so Steelers are going to be pretty much rebuilding. Giants are now rebuilding. So one of the questions I have, who else should be looking at this? I mean, some of it happens through injury, but other teams might have to take it upon themselves and just let's move on from a quarterback who's been there. You know, one person
Bengals.
that comes, yeah, exactly, Andy Dalton. I mean,
you were saying earlier.
I had to ask Spencer earlier if he was even the quarterback anymore because I just don't ever hear
He's
about the
been
Bengals
doing better
again.
though this year. I mean, he's putting some
Yeah.
numbers up.
Yeah, I mean, like in a certain, like the whole team just kind of needs a whole.
Absolutely, a whole new revamp. But
Yeah.
Spencer was saying this earlier. Jameis Winston's another quarterback there. I think you got to let him play the rest of the season and then just go through the draft and try to get a Tua or a.
Has Jameis looked good so far this year? I haven't even.
Not from what I've seen. I mean, he still looked the same old inconsistent.
I'm gonna look up his games.
they pulled out a good win. I mean, they pulled out a win against Carolina, but he did not look good
No,
in that
not at
Thursday
all.
night game. He's constantly missing players, overthrowing. It's not. I mean,
He's inconsistent.
yeah.
You got to be consistent in this league.
he still makes those dumb throws that he's under pressure and he's just trying to make a play and bombs it out like that. That still never changes, and that's
Yeah.
one thing that Bruce Arians was supposed to be able to get under control is that he's a quarterback whisperer. He's supposed to have that. So I give it the season, and I think that's another team exactly that
Yeah.
that should cut its losses, move on, and start new.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because it's weird, man. You see Drew Brees go down. We're going to talk about that then. Drew Brees goes down. Roethlisberger goes down. Carson had a scare last week with the Falcons. I mean, there's a lot of injuries early.
Trevor
dude.
Simeon.
Trevor Simeon out for
Oh,
this
that was
year.
bad.
That's
You know,
another
it's-
injury I didn't even see.
Yeah, he hurt his ankle, and it was funny because Myles Garrett hit him. It was a penalty, roughing the passer. He broke his ankle, and he's the number one defender for the most roughing the passer penalties in the past 2 or 3 years.
Who's that?
Myles Garrett, and
Really?
he had 2 yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's also leading the NFL in sacks right
yeah.
now.
So I mean, he's aggressive. That's what you want.
take what you can get.
Yeah.
But
Dude, what game was it that? Who'd the Bears play last week? Did you guys watch the end of that fucking game?
I did watch it.
That roughing, was it a roughing the passer call?
I don't remember. I had it.
Did you
on-
watch
on,
it?
I just don't.
no.
I forget who they played though.
I don't know, but it was fucking horrible, dude. The only reason I brought it up because you said roughing the passer. It's
Didn't they
a
win?
fucking
They
shit
won.
show,
They
dude.
won from a field goal, right? Or is that?
Yeah, because they
that's
got
what
a
it was.
fucking horrible penalty call, dude. It was
That's
insane.
what it was.
But anyway, moving on. Sorry.
So
What else is new?
well,
Kaepernick get a job yet?
Don't think so.
okay, we're gonna dedicate 30 minutes to this segment here.
The rest of the episode about Kaepernick.
Minka Fitzpatrick goes to the Steelers. So while it doesn't address their quarterback situation, it does address their awful defense.
Oh, I didn't tell Jack. Sorry. Spencer texted me last night and said Fitz to the Steelers. And I was like, fucking retards shouldn't have fucking traded Dobbs. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, oh fuck, dude, I thought he meant Ryan Fitzpatrick, dude.
Wouldn't that be something?
I was so pissed at
It
that.
is weird. I mean, they do. It's kind of smart because they lock him up for years past, but they're trading for him to be a 4-12 team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, first round pick when
Yeah.
your draft pick will probably be high.
And like you said, they got rid of Dobbs, which screwed them even more because Roethlisberger got hurt. You know?
Right.
Which I don't think was a smart move to begin with because everyone knows Ben Roethlisberger is old. He looks out of shape. You know what I mean? And Dobbs is all right backup. He's not a bad backup. So and they got a 5th rounder for him. I think he could have got a little more.
But it's all about need, and if you look at Fitzpatrick, he's a broken-in first-round pick.
Yeah.
So you're essentially saying that we get someone who's familiar with an NFL system for a first-rounder. Yes, it could be high, but if that's what they're looking for, at the time, that's what they need to shore up their defense and not make this an awful season. I don't think you tank if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers,
No.
but you got to take what you can get. And I mean, if you're saying that your first-round pick is going to be a very well-versed cornerback that's really young, then I don't think that's a terrible decision.
No,
but
no.
yeah, you're right. It could be, what did you say? It could be a pretty low first-round pick depending on how their season's going.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I was pissed off because the Eagles didn't get him, of course. First round pick is pretty fucking high for the guy. He's good, but like.
I mean, he
I
had
don't know.
over 80, 90 solo tackles last year. So
Yeah.
that's,
But
that's pretty consistent.
if the Eagles even did make an offer, which I would love to know, like what teams make offers on trades like that. There's no way in how they could have beat the Dolphins.
No.
Are looking at that Steelers first round pick and they're thinking the Steelers are obviously going to be worse than the Eagles.
Well, if you're the
So-
Dolphins, you don't take anything less. You know what I mean?
right?
Like,
Yeah.
you're trying to shore yourself up for the future.
So Minka wants out. He got out. Jalen Ramsey now. He wants out after what appears to just be one kind of altercation with the head coach. Can't just be one thing, obviously.
Apparently,
but
it was pretty bad though. From what I've heard, I heard it was Marone. That's his name.
Yeah.
Said something pretty effed up to him. So who knows? And Jalen Ramsey's really emotional, so who knows? But yeah,
They wouldn't
apparently
even
it's
have to
pretty
play They wouldn't even have to play football. You just have cameras following these guys and these teams around, and just make a reality TV show, and that's
yeah,
it.
man.
They
What'd
wouldn't
you-
have to play anything.
What'd you say, bro? All
It's
right, I went
funny.
out of
I guess
this.
that's Hard Knocks.
It's
but
crazy though, because I was watching Monday Night Countdown. Steve Young goes, the NFL's turning into the NBA with all these guys on bad teams just wanting to get out of here, and I guess he doesn't like it, but I like it. Like, you know what I mean? Why would you want to be on a bad team?
I tell you what, now's the time to be doing this because the players apparently have a lot of power now. I mean,
Yeah.
to be able to even request where you want to go, like out of Houston, Jadeveon Clowney pretty much said to some teams, like, if you trade for me, I will not sign,
Yeah.
and you will not get me for more than 1 year, which gets them out. I mean, players have power right now, and it would be interesting to see how Jalen Ramsey, a guy like him, who obviously has a big personality, he can essentially say whatever he wants to say, and some teams might take him, some teams might not,
Yeah.
but he wants to win.
Absolutely.
But doing what Antonio Brown did, which pretty much worked your way out into the winningest team in NFL right now in the last decade.
Yeah, sad to see.
So what I'm saying is Jalen Ramsey to the Patriots.
No, dude, I can't. If you're the Jaguars, why would you even let
for
that
a seventh
happen?
round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why, if you're think about this, if you're one of those teams in the NFL, why would you want to trade one of your talented players to the Pats? Like, aren't you sick of seeing them winning? Especially if you're in the AFC. Why would you give someone one of your most talented players? You know, if I'm any team, it's a fact, but if I'm any team, I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going after Jalen. I mean, they need help at the cornerback slot, and there's a little talk about the Niners, which would be a smart move because you got Richard Sherman over there. They upgraded their linebackers or D-line, so I mean that Niners team is looking good. And I can see Jalen Ramsey wanting to go there. I think they're 2-0.
Belichick just holds teams at gunpoint and shit. I think he just has like a group of guys that he sends out to these teams, and he's like, "Fucking trade me this guy right now."
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Who else is being a diva?
Jamal Adams apparently
Yeah,
unfollowed the Jets.
I don't know what's. Yeah, I tweeted earlier. I'm
They
like,
look bad
I
this
hate
year.
how when anything like that happens, or like, put the fucking eye emoji, and they're like, Jalen Adams unfollowed the Jets on
Yeah, right.
Instagram. What's gonna happen?
The Jets look damn bad, yeah, dude.
Why do players
was-
do that shit though? Like,
Listen to this.
Because people talk about it,
Yeah.
because it gets people talking. If he does that, then the media has to address it, and then people like us are sitting here talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it addresses it, and it puts, to me, it puts the Jets on their heels, saying we got to do something about
Yeah.
this.
Yesterday, the Monday night game, it was probably 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The Jets completed only 4 passes, and every single one of those passes weren't in front of the line of scrimmage. So they didn't complete a single pass in 3 quarters above the line of scrimmage. How bad is that? I mean, granted, you have your third string QB in, but like, you got Le'Veon Bell.
but I
Come on, you
fucking
got some
love it
weapons.
because everyone they got Le'Veon, and everyone this all season's like, watch out for the fucking Jets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Darnold changes them.
Yeah.
Darnold makes
I don't
them
know
look
though. Like,
okay.
I feel like he's not that good.
I was never on the Darnold hype, but after seeing the past couple games last year and then this first game that he played, he looked all right. I mean, he's slinging that rock, man.
But 2 things. 1, the Jets spent the most money in free agency this year, and 2, a lot of those guys are hurt. C.J. Mosley is still out,
Yeah.
and their first round pick, which isn't isn't free agency by any
Quinton
means,
Williams.
but Quinton Williams, he's out.
Yeah.
So they have a really good defense. Jamal Adams makes that a really good defense. They spent money in free agency, got Bell, but you can't do that with a third string quarterback. So I'm not writing off the Jets as an awful team just yet.
No.
But Sam
got
Darnold's really
Darnold,
got to
man.
come in and prove that.
Yeah, he's
I
coming
want
back.
to talk about injuries real quick, and I don't want to go into the Eagles too much yet. But I was thinking, why do we have 53-man rosters and only 46 people can dress?
Practice squad.
Why is that a fucking thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, because they're not even practice squad
No, they're
guys.
not?
No, you can't dress 53.
Yeah, because when you have an away game, you can only bring a certain amount of players.
So it's like if you're in the Eagles spot where they lost 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and whoever else,
D lineman.
you just gotta play whoever the fuck.
Doesn't make sense.
It's stupid.
I mean, I'm
I
sure
don't know.
there's some reason for it, but I got
it's
nothing. I got no good explanation as to why.
Fine.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, whatever. So, other things what we can't explain. There's a lot of things out there that we talk about that we just can't explain. But one thing we can explain are week 1 picks that we had. Are we winners? Are we losers? 9 times
know.
out of 10 we're losers, but it looks like we were pretty good this week.
Yeah,
Jay
all right, a
Prez,
couple
let's
of
kick
us
us
did.
off with how you went.
Yeah, so one of my underdogs, my underdog pick, I had Niners plus 1.5, I believe, and that hit easy. Saw that coming from the get-go.
Locked, dude.
My lock of the week, and like, come on, like I had the Pats minus 5.5 against the Steelers, like easy money there, dude. So I did
Love
all
it.
right. Pretty safe picks, but did all right.
All right, Jack. Good start.
Thank you.
I also went 2-0.
Yeah, I think I heard
We're
you did.
rolling in money at this point. I think we can retire.
We're doing okay.
My lock of the week was Rams minus 2.5. Easy money. That was Panthers. And my underdog was Bills. I said take them plus 2. Wound up sneaking out, came
Yeah,
back.
yep.
Wasn't too much. You know, it was definitely an underdog story. They came back down 16-0.
Yeah, it
pulled out
was,
a win.
yeah.
So
A win's a win, bud.
we're
That's all
looking
that
pretty good.
Yeah.
Gator,
How'd you do over there, Code?
how'd you do, Mr. Betmaster?
Honestly, could be worse.
Could be.
Could be 0-3.
Could be 0-3.
Could be 0-4.
0-4.
But I'm sitting 0-2. But we're fucking optimistic going forward. Bounce back is coming. I don't know if I'm gonna continue fading the Raiders or not.
You took that was your lock or your underdog?
It doesn't matter, I guess.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I backed the Giants for whatever fucking reason. And I'm going to segue into week 3 picks. I'm going to back the Giants again as my underdog.
Ooh,
Who they
doubling
got? Who they
down.
got this week?
Don't even fucking know, but I'm backing Nathaniel Bones-Jones
Oh, okay.
as
yeah,
my
all
underdog,
right, okay.
plus 6.5.
Love it.
Lock it in.
Who they playing?
Don't fucking know.
I'll figure it out.
I legit don't know, but I'm backing Daniel Jones to the fucking grave.
My
That's-
underdog pick.
Oh, they're playing the Bucks?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's my lock and my underdog.
There it is. 2
Double
for 1.
down.
Double down.
Jeez.
We got, for my underdog, we got Baltimore Ravens at Kansas City. I'm going to take them plus 7.5. I like it. They're hot. They're 2-0. Lamar
Yeah?
Jackson's slinging. I think they can. I don't think they can win. I'm not going to say go full money line on this, but I mean, give me 7.5 points. I think they can keep within a touchdown.
And they're away too, so they're in Arrowhead Stadium. So you got to see if Lamar Jackson can stay ready and stay.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, I like that.
I think
pick.
he's
actually
got
do
it.
like that. I'm gonna go with my underdog here. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go the Raiders here. I'm gonna go off Cody here a little bit, but I'm gonna go Raiders plus 9. They're playing the Vikings. The Vikings have been very inconsistent. Kirk Cousins terrible. He's so bad. He has all these weapons, garbage. So I think the Raiders, Derek Carr, with Tyrell Williams, Waller, I think they can put up some points and
What is it?
keep
Raiders
it close.
plus
Plus 9.
plus 9.
So I think that's big enough. You know, you got a little cushion there.
That's
So I
good.
think they could keep it close.
I like
See,
it.
I hate
maybe
the
not win,
I hate
but
the
close.
Raiders, but now that AB's gone, I kind of want them to be really good.
I just love Gruden.
So it's
I love Gruden.
it's kind of a love-hate thing for me right now.
Yeah.
My lock, Birds at the comeback,
Ooh,
-7 all day, lock of the fucking year.
Let's go.
need it. They need it.
Sell your house to put all your fucking money on it.
They need it. I think that's one of the top ones that you should pick there for locks.
Like it.
Anyone else have them as well?
I do not,
No.
because
Well, let's hear it, Spencer. Who you
I got a better lock.
Yeah, let's hear
Lock it even tighter. Lock it. Rams 2.5. Cleveland. I don't
That's
know.
it?
I mean, if that's there, I don't know why you wouldn't. Cleveland's offense has, they didn't really play that great of a defense yet,
No.
so they're going to be put under pressure big time. Baker Mayfield's already bad under pressure this year, so I love it. Aaron Donald's going to eat them up. Give me Rams 2.5.
Yeah, I like that. Baker was struggling a little bit too yesterday. It took him a while to get
Vegas
going.
wants you. That's why.
Yeah,
They want you. They're like,
looks too good.
how is this -2.5? And Vegas is like, please bet it.
All right, so I'm going with my lock here. I'm going to go Seahawks at home, -4 against the Saints. Reason why I'm taking that, Drew Brees.
Oh, I
obviously
like
getting
that
hurt.
actually. Yeah.
Drew Brees getting hurt. They're in Seattle. They play well at home. You got the 12th man, whatever the hell they say down there. Teddy Bridgewater, I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he can get it done in Seattle against Russell Wilson, you know. And I just think, you know, the Seahawks they're not bad, they're not good, but, you know, they do just enough. So I think I'm going to go Seahawks, what did I say, -4 here.
How long
Against the
is
Saints.
Lock it.
Breeze out?
Till week 10, I heard.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
minimum
Bump
6
surgery.
weeks, I guess, and then possibly 8 weeks, depending on.
So if the Saints, if they end up winning more games than they lost, it could save their season. Teddy Bridgewater could save their season, and then, you know, they could have Drew Brees come back and pick
You
up
heard
the
it
tab.
here first. If the Saints win more games than they lose,
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
If they can, you know, just play good football, you know.
So, all right. So let me put this out. Would you take it at plus? What is it? It's got to be at least like 500, I would say, or 800 plus 800 maybe for futures right now for the Buccaneers to win the division, with
No.
the Saints out.
What do you mean? Close to
The
that?
Saints are going to be out of the picture.
I gotta look at their division.
The Panthers are going to be
Panthers
out.
are 0-2. Bucks
So
are 1-1.
really, it's either the Bucks or the
Saints are 1-1.
Falcons. You don't like that value there
No,
of Tampa
absolutely
Bay?
not. Dude, we just talked about it. Jameis Winston's garbage.
Yeah, but when the
god-awful.
division is open like that, garbage teams can still win it.
But I think you got Atlanta, who's better on offense.
I'd
You
put
know,
a few bucks on it.
they updated their
You know what? I'm gonna
defense
do
a little
it.
bit.
I'm gonna do this. Mark this down. I'm gonna put a futures bet in.
Go ahead, man. I don't
Tampa
agree
Bay.
with you, but if anyone's coming out of that division, I think you got the Falcons. You got Julio, Ridley, Devontae Freeman, Matt Ryan. They upgraded their defense. They got some good D linemen, good linebackers. And last year they got killed with injuries. So I mean, if they can stay healthy, I think they got a good shot at winning this division now.
I thought you were doing it right now. You're typing aggressively.
Oh, I'm
I'm
typing
fucking
it.
doing it right
I'm
fucking
aggressive.
now. I
Tampa
got a
Bay
stat for
futures,
you about
lock it
the
in.
Panthers. A quick stat.
What do we got?
Carolina Panthers have never had back-to-back winning seasons.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty
They had a
fucking
winning season
sad.
last year.
It's pretty sad.
It's crazy how far they fell after the Super Bowl.
So I'm saying, dude, they went from being so fucking good, like they were so dominant, to nothing.
I always thought they were overhyped. Cam Newton, I've been watching. As I'm watching the Panthers, I just think they're trying to do. They're not letting Cam be Cam. They're trying to make him more of a pocket presence. I mean, he doesn't have an injury history, so just let him keep running the ball. Let him keep doing what he does best. You know, I think he's just thinking too much and trying to be that pocket presence. You know?
I wonder if they'll end up getting rid of Ron Rivera.
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
That's
He's got
another-
a year or two left.
Yeah, I mean, I would give it a year. If this year is a failure,
Yeah.
you gotta give her. I would give her to Cam Newton and Ron Rivera and start
yeah.
new and just
I mean,
build it all up.
what excuse do you have for the Panthers? You got a great defense. You got Christian McCaffrey, who's a stud. You don't really have a great wide receiver, but I mean, you make do. You know, so what excuse do they have not to be good?
So, all
Let's
right,
go
well,
into a break quick.
we got something real quick because we got some time here. I just want to go through. So we picked a fantasy draft.
That's
Oh,
right.
fuck, yeah, my
That's
bad,
right.
my bad, my
We
bad.
picked a fantasy draft, right? So we all said we're going to get 3 players for the season that we're going to start our franchise with: quarterback, running back, wide receiver. We all picked. Didn't matter if we both, decided to go either way, but we some of us had some of the same players. I'm going to give an update
Let me guess,
far.
I'm the loser.
Well, that's your
find out
first
here.
right bet. You should have put money on that. You would have been 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Actually, can I add to my betting advice? Fade me every week, NFL.
There we
Make
go.
money.
You
That's all you
heard
got to
it.
do.
You freaking heard it.
So, we got Cody in 3rd place right now with 120 fantasy points.
Not bad,
Russell
I'll take
Wilson, 40 points.
I'll take it.
Hopkins, 40
I'll
points.
take that.
And Barkley, 40 points.
I'll take.
Big
Seriously though, 40?
All have 40 right
What
now.
are we going off?
It's a
of?
good grouping.
PPR.
I'm pulling it from NFL.com's fantasy rankings.
40, 40, 40?
40, 40,
Fuck
40.
it. I won actually.
It's
I'm in
not
first
bad.
place.
It's a good grouping.
We got a tight race though.
In
so far.
2nd place, Jay Perez with 123 points. So, Cody, you're right there. You're not
Oh,
too
so
far.
I'm 3rd place by 3. Oh, not bad.
Yeah, we're
But
close.
Cody had Did you say who Cody had?
Yep, Russell
So-
Wilson, Hopkins, Barkley.
And I had my boy Tom Brady, Hopkins, Zeke. Zeke kind of shit the bed last week. Only had like 8 fantasy points that kind of screwed us. But, I think I'm pretty confident in my team here.
There we go.
Confident.
So we had Tom Brady, 50 points. DeAndre Hopkins, 40 points. And then Zeke, 33. And your boy, 132 points.
If only this is
Pull
your real
away.
fantasy team.
I
now.
know. I know. 0-2. Let's talk about good things here. I need positive energy. Pat Mahomes, 58 points. Michael Thomas, 41 points. And Zeke, 33 points.
Dude, I got Pat Mahomes in my fantasy league.
You're gonna wreck
Over
this.
35 points
Yeah.
every time. It's unreal, man. Like, this
Fuck
guy's
yeah.
nuts. Throwing 4 TDs every game. Like, this guy's
So we're
crazy.
laying with like a 10-point race, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's close. We got a close race here.
We got plenty of time for
It's
this.
comeback
and-
season.
But that's how I started my fantasy season last year.
Yeah,
I was
I do
up
remember
big,
that.
huge. And then by week 13, it was all downhill after
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah,
you know,
fantasy's-
I'm not
fantasy's
expecting
weird, man.
anything.
All right, we gotta take a break. Welcome back to the Fade the Public podcast. This segment is brought to you by Bermuda Triangle Training out of York, Pennsylvania. They specialize in taking your football to the next level: cardio, weight training, skill training. I actually coach beside Coach Way, and I coached some players that he worked with. And I'm serious when I say this guy is one of the smartest football men I know. He coached at a bunch of different levels. He actually coached NCAA, Cheney University, and Lehigh. To get in contact with them, check them out on Facebook at Bermuda Triangle Training. Eagles versus Falcons. One of the outcome wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I was so fucking mad during that game, man.
Yeah, there's
And-
a lot to take away from that game, man.
I was gonna say, if all of my friends would just screenshot some of my takes during that game, because I was fucking heated. I understand why Jack said fire Doug Peterson that one time, because I was fucking pissed, dude. I mean, I was calling Carson Wentz every name in the book. I think I said, when he came back in, good, I hope he throws a fucking pick here.
Jesus.
Why would you ever want your
Why would you
quarterback
say
to do that?
God.
But just a fucking shit show. We're probably going to take the next, 20 minutes talking about this shit. Who wants to start off?
So let's start off with some things that we think that they can improve on. The one thing that's killing them is these first quarter starts.
That's
I think
the first thing I have
Yep.
written down, dude.
they're coming. I don't know, because when you're game planning, those first 15 plays are scripted. You got a script for your first 15 plays, and you're filling out the game, see what's going on. But then, some shit happens. You get Deshaun going down, Alshon going down. That all goes out the window. Then you got Ortega-Whiteside coming up. You got Aguilar. You got to do what you got to make do with what you got. So I don't know what they got to do. I don't know what Doug needs to do, but they need to come out better in these first quarters.
That's, like I said, the first thing I've written down. And I want to know why, the members of the media won't fucking ask Doug Peterson, ever since fucking Reich and Phipp got off this team, why we can't fucking start the games. And I'm telling you right now, we got lucky against the Redskins coming back in the second half. We got fucking lucky that they weren't a good team. We got lucky the Falcons weren't a good team. We would have been down fucking 60 fucking points. You can't do that against good fucking teams. And it was all last year. It was the same shit. Starting fucking slow, dude.
Yeah.
It was in every game, I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get points on the board right away. Every time, it's they'll start out, get a first down, and then it's over. It's ridiculous.
So it seems like they have a game plan going into it, but they always have an excuse as to why it doesn't happen. So, they want to establish the run game. Oh, but we can't do that without a 2 tight end set because Goddard got hurt, before the game started. So that kind of throws that out the window. Then, Carson Wentz, doesn't look that great. Has to get pulled out for a concussion. But then we put in another quarterback who comes in, drives us down the field. McCown looked great when Wentz came out. he came back in, and all of a sudden we're settling for 3.
Yeah.
So that's like, you can blame the medical staff for making him take out, but we were on our way. He came in, didn't get 6 points, so that's a loss right there. Our cornerback, like, there's a lot of excuses for all these different things that are going on out there. You know, we couldn't have Jeffrey or Deshaun. To anybody who said that Arcega-Whiteside should come in and Jeffrey we shouldn't pay him, they're looking like an idiot now because he came in and did absolutely nothing. So, like, it's just these excuses that are killing me right now because nobody's grilling on him. But, you know, big balls Doug, he can come in and, you know, maybe get a 4th down. Came up short, you know, at the end of the game when it mattered most. Even at safety, Sendeo, he looks awful. There's no excuse for how bad he played.
I mean, he did have a couple good plays at the end of the game. But that first half, I was on Twitter. Everyone's, you know, Carson Wentz is trending. Everyone's blaming Carson Wentz. Granted, he is throwing some bad balls, overthrowing guys, not getting it there. But the guy's got no time, 0 time. Samalu was getting absolutely torched that whole game. He was getting thrown around. I mean, every slow motion replay, he's got one guy holding a guy like this because he's just getting torched. I mean, it's collectively, it's the whole unit. You cannot blame that first half on Carson Wentz. Like I said, he did make some bad throws, but collectively, he needs more time. I mean, skipping a little ahead here, that second half, Carson Wentz played with everything he had, man. Like, that's the kind of quarterback you want. He put every single thing, like, even though things weren't going his way, he was grinding. I mean, he was looking to the next play. I was really proud of him in that second half and how he, you know.
Even in that second half, though, dude, just bailed out by so many fucking bad throws. That throw to Aguilar on that last drive. I mean,
he should have caught it?
No, the one before that where Aguilar had to jump up and catch it.
Oh, yeah.
The one where he overthrew Whiteside in like the 10-yard line or whatever on the left side of the field. I don't know, man. Like, I think you're an idiot if you say Carson Wentz isn't good at football. But I'm gonna fucking come out and say, I don't care what people say. Right now, the dude is fucking overrated as fuck. He is overrated, dude.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's besides his fucking MVP worthy fucking 2017. What has he fucking proved to us? That he can fucking make a throw while he's getting pulled down? Great. You know what I mean? But this is the thing, okay? Your coach calls a play. You have what's your game clock? How long's the game clock in the NFL?
30-some seconds.
This fucker will take that fucking game clock down to 2 seconds because he's spending the whole goddamn time changing the play. Every fucking play.
Yeah.
For what? 5 fucking yards to hit your check down?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I like Carson Wentz. I'm hard on him a lot more than most Eagles fans because I don't think he's as good as most Eagles fans say he is right now. The consistency isn't there. His fucking deep throw is atrocious.
He threw that one pick. What's his name was sitting on the ground. He was literally sitting down, Indian style.
I thought
caught the ball.
I thought his arm had to get fucking hit or something, but he was clean. It was clean.
And I could, first you're like, who is he throwing to? But then you saw Ertz. But it was like, dude, come on, man, like get better. And a lot. This really is confusing me right now. Is you trade for Jordan Howard from the Bears and you barely even use him. I like Miles Sanders, but he's not going to be your number one receiver. I mean, you see some of these plays where he's trying to bounce it to outside. Dude, that's not going to happen in the NFL. You can't outrun these DNs, these linebackers. You bouncing to the outside is not going to work just like college.
He's going to be really good eventually.
He will be, but this is why you need to have a seasoned vet like Jordan Howard. You need to give him the ball more. You need to give him the rock because he has proved time and time again he's one of the top 3 rushers in the league statistically, Do what you traded. You traded the guy for a reason. You traded for him for a reason. So get him some touches. 8 touches a game. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry, it's not.
You want to go off
so
a little
our
bit?
running game, all that running game needs to improve.
Yeah, I think that'll be the death of this team. They need it.
No, I said my piece against Doug. There's a lot of things. Like I said, it's mainly the excuses for every reason why things aren't happening. But you also got to look at it and be realistic. Dude, we had how many people injured in that game?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
We got Carson Wentz, Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, Aguilar came out at one point. Goddard was out before the game started. Timmy Jernigan's out for 6 to 8 weeks with the broken foot. Sidney Jones even came out. Like these, and then Corey Clement when he fumbled, got hurt. 8 injuries. Like, how often does that happen when so many key players? So I understand there's a lot of that, and you can only have this next man up philosophy to the point where there really is no next man up at this point. You can't just expect a team like that. Then you wind up like the Miami Dolphins, where you're just playing players out there to field a team, and that doesn't work out well. So you got to give them some slack there. But again, like you said, it's on Wentz to take over when those things happen, to put players in positions. And he did sometimes, like, you know, the Aguilar drop at the end of the game. I mean, Wentz makes that throw to him. I mean, he needs
right
to
in his
catch
hands.
it.
How do you drop that? That ball couldn't have been thrown more perfect. Like, literally, it was in his hands, and he literally just didn't want to catch it. Like, that's a touchdown.
Yes.
That changes the whole game.
That wins
Coming
the game.
off the injuries thing, I don't think you can really use that as an excuse, because the Falcons wanted to give that game away so many times. So many opportunities where we could have scored a touchdown, changed momentum. We didn't do it. And the Falcons wanted to hand us. They were literally handing us the game. We just wouldn't take it. So I can't really. Granted, it sucks and it does hurt you, but I can't use the injuries for that game as an excuse, because we could have won that game.
I definitely, I do see it. It's hard to overcome that shit. And I hate to sound like I'm just bashing Carson this whole time, but good quarterbacks make their fucking players around them better, and he doesn't. He doesn't make his players around him better. I'm sorry. There's not a player that he makes better. And, like, these guys are on an NFL roster for a reason, man. They've had reps all offseason. They have a game under their belt.
But it is early, though.
If you're not doing something, that would have been a perfect time to get the fucking run game going, man.
Absolutely.
You keep fucking pounding it, it'll come eventually.
Yeah.
Change it up. But these fucking inside zone runs all the time, they're so hard to watch, dude. It's fucking insane.
Well, once it doesn't work once, though, they completely go away from it, though.
Everyone blames Doug Peterson for play calls and shit, but like I said, watch the fucking plays and how much Carson is calling these fucking audibles in. You know what I mean? I guarantee you Doug or Deuce, I don't know who calls the run plays in, is not calling an inside zone run every time. You know what I mean? It's Carson changing it up at the line. It's not working. They got to get a rushing attack. And moving on to the other side of the ball, best player on the defense, probably the best player on the team, Fletcher Cox. I understand you want to keep fresh players in the game, but get your best player on the field, dude. He's only in 69% of the fucking plays so far this year. 69%. He's your best fucking player on the team. Why is he not playing? Where you want to be at, defensive line wise, is 80 to 85%. You got guys, J.J. Watt, Ingram, Cam Jordan, high 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, he was like 90-some last year. 69%, man.
Nice.
Get him in the fucking game. Let him eat.
And granted, though, the defense, I wasn't too upset with the defense. I mean, the only times we got beat.
What was the final score of that game? Sorry.
I don't know. Look it up. But the only times we got beat is when we were sending that blitz, that all-out blitz. Granted, Darby shouldn't be getting beat 3 times in a row, but he's going up against Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, guys that run 4.3, 4.4s, 4.5s. Like, come on, these guys are freak athletes. Granted, you are a starting quarterback. You need to be able to keep up with him. But we're sending an all-out blitz. He's got no help over the top. What do you expect? You know what I mean?
Yep.
But he shouldn't be getting beat as much as he is.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with Schwartz's game plan.
You got to live and die by it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, so Washington, right? 2 big plays the Redskins had with the deep ball to McLaurin it came off a blitz, you know, and obviously a big thing is that we're not getting pressure on the quarterback. We're not getting pressure without
Zero
blitzes
pressure,
because
absolutely.
we don't have the right D tackles because, you know, injuries or whatever you want to give an excuse for. So when we do dial up blitzes, you got to trust that our corners can run with the guy. Yeah. And in the case with McLaurin in the Redskins game, Rasul Douglas cannot keep up with the speed guy. It's just fact. He should have had safety help, but Schwartz left him one-on-one with the fastest guy on the field, and that's never going to work out. And then against Atlanta, the zero blitz that they sent against Julio wound up in a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
So, you got to live and die by it, and you want pressure on the quarterback, but they just happen to call a really good, quick screen play.
That was a really good
I mean,
play.
If you look at that highlight, though, you got to call that block in the back by Sanu.
Ooh.
You got to call that.
Nope.
I think I'd be pissed if it was calling the
That's-
Eagles.
Okay, but if you push someone in the back, where the ball is at, you got to call it.
No.
I don't think it was as close as it looked, honestly.
If you
I gotta watch it
if you
again,
take a
but-
screenshot and you look at that, yes, his hand is on his back and he is pushing him. But in the case where you're actually turning and players are moving in different directions and one guy's coming here and the other one's
I'm gonna
running
clip
there,
it and put it on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can look at this here, but I wouldn't call this a block in the back because it just happens so fast. Like, I understand, man, if you're literally coming out from a different side of the field, but things happen on those screens so fast where players got to cut angles. That's just where I'm seeing it. I would not call it block in the back. And if they did and they called it on the Eagles, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed.
And going off Darby here again, Darby's a physical cornerback. He's a guy that wants to bump and run you, wants to get up on you. I just don't think he fits the scheme of the. He's not a good fit for the scheme for the Eagles secondary.
I'm not sure anyone is right now.
But listen, this isn't what his skill set is. When he starts, playing off guys and has to play, help over the top or help over the side and has to think about things, that's when he starts getting beat and, second guessing himself. Darby's a guy where you need to bump and run, play physical. That's the kind of guy that Darby is. So I think you need to kind of play to his skill set a little bit. If he's your number one corner, and you're seeing him getting beat like that, when you can tell that he's overthinking a little bit, you gotta man up on, like, especially like a guy like Julio Jones. You gotta play bump and run against him. Maybe have some help over the top, but you gotta get him off his stride.
And someone that they were missing in that game, speaking of Julio, I mean, Jalen Mills did very well with him in, especially in the red zone too. So just missing, a couple key guys still on defense. It's almost comical how many players are out right now. I mean, we have.
I've never seen anything
If
like
you
it.
just look at it right now, I mean, you're looking
I'm a
at
Yankees fan. I'm used to
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players right there. Thank you, Jimmy Kempsey, for this wonderful stick screenshot.
I fucking love those, dude. I love those.
It honestly is the greatest thing ever because it keeps me up to date without having to actually read anything. I can just look at this and say, yeah, they're hurt.
It is.
Jimbo.
It's a free thing, man. Though, like, what NFL team? Like, it's pretty insane all the injuries you got going all around the league right now. It's pretty crazy. You haven't seen anything like that. You got two great quarterbacks going down. Eagles are whole rosters in the injury tent. I tweeted a pic. We'll probably put it up here, but it was funny. It said the Eagles injury tent. It had about like 100 people in a tent, and like it's so true though. Like, every single person was coming off the field hurt. And going back to Carson, when he got hit in the ribs that first play or 10th play, whatever it was, I was telling Cody and Spencer this, his face was more flushed than usual, so he looked like he was hurting. And I guess he went into the tent for a concussion, was it?
Yeah.
But, and
I
so,
didn't even know that's what it was at first.
Yeah, me neither. But it looked like something was wrong with him, and then you get in your head, here we go again. Here we go again. Carson's hurt,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude. I was
here we
calling
go.
him every
It
fucking
was-
name in the book,
Yeah,
dude.
I saw that, and I was like, I literally couldn't believe my eyes.
All right,
But-
so how do they progress next week?
Well, they're not going to have Deshaun Jackson,
Or Jeffrey.
or Jeffrey. Deshaun for 2 games. How are they going to get better?
Dude, how fucking boring is this offense, though?
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
All the talk about him, man.
It
Well, it
sucks.
goes to show how much you need a speed guy like Jackson out there and how much of a difference he makes to this team. He just brings so much with that speed, just opens up so much.
Even 2 years ago, like, Torrey Smith wasn't big for us, but he still opens things up underneath.
Yeah.
So what do we got to
Man.
do next week? I mean,
So-
luckily we got the Lions, so
Yeah, offensive-wise, I think you incorporate the run a little bit more. You play a little bit more Jordan Howard, try to get him going, and insert Miles in there when you can. And I think Nelson Aguilar needs to have a big game. I think he needs to have a big game, get his confidence back against this depleted line secondary, which they do have Darius Slay, but I think Nelson Aguilar needs to have a big game here. I think he needs to show up, and we need to score in the first
We
quarter.
need to come out and make a
We
fucking
need to score in
statement,
the first
dude.
quarter.
Make a
Absolutely.
statement.
Get some confidence. So that's my take on it.
Gator.
My take, bench Carson. No, I'm just kidding. Get a rushing tag going.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing I have. I think I already said everything that I wanted to say about it, This team's not going to do anything without a rushing attack. You have to have a mix, and they don't have a rushing attack at all. Does anyone know the yardage last week? I think the top rusher had like 26 yards. I could be off, but
8-9 carries probably.
Sounds about right.
It, yeah. Yeah, Miles Sanders had like 26 yards rushing.
You don't have a rushing attack. No one's going to fucking respect it. So they just play the pass.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's get these cornerbacks playing, because in 2 weeks they got Green Bay. You got Aaron Rodgers, who's gonna pick you apart. It doesn't matter who he has on their team. So right now the Eagles need to get their shit together with their D-backs and get that secondary in line. You know, this is a time for where Malcolm Jenkins needs to step up and really, really hone down on these corners. I mean, Sidney Jones played pretty well. You know, Ronald Darby, if he's hurt, then he's hurt. But he's still going to keep playing, so we got to deal with that, whether that's helping over the top, whether that's, you know, not letting him be in isolation. Let Sidney Jones maybe get the shot at taking their top receiver. Who knows?
Yeah. Another thing, you got a key point here. I think we got to give Carson some time. We got to lessen up the hits. He can't take that many hits. If he's going to take that many hits every game, he's not lasting the whole season. Excuse me. It's a fact.
Lions got rid of C.J. Anderson. Sorry,
I
cut
saw
you
that.
off. My bad.
But yeah, the offensive line needs to come and play next week for sure.
Let's get it.
Yeah, it's gonna be we need a bounce back game here. This game's really gonna test to see who we are.
Yep.
You know, we gotta come back from a little bit of adversity. We got a lot of injuries. We need a leader.
Did anyone say how long Goddard's out?
I haven't heard anything yet.
It was the same calf he injured in training camp, so I'm not sure. I guess it's bothering him. So
let's talk a little bit of baseball, can we?
Yes, sir. Baseball.
First off, closer we get to postseason, Yankees keep getting injured.
but they keep winning.
Kind of close to jumping off a ledge, because all this year I've done nothing but talk shit. I hope I don't got to pay for that. I'm already a fucking lunatic as it is. If these guys don't win the World Series, I might jump off a ledge.
And you'll do that with a
I mean, if you're
with a
Yankees
shaved head
fan,
and shaved beard too, because we had a bet. I don't think we talked about this yet, but Cody out of the blue one day must have been feeling something. They must have maybe won a game or something. I don't know. Comes to me, texts me, and says, "Hey, I got a bet right now with you. If the Yankees don't win the World Series, you can shave my head, my beard, on this podcast."
this man's confident.
Eyebrows too.
And then, you know, I was thinking,
Why did I just add that in there?
eyebrows too? Why not? We're adding that in there.
That confident.
Fuck my shit up, bro.
That confident.
But I'll tell you what, if the Yankees win, I got to get a tattoo somewhere on my body with the Yankees World
But
Series.
I had to fucking pay for it, so it's such a
It's
lose-lose.
there, bud.
Plus,
Actually,
you get
no,
the
it's a win.
You get the
It'd be funny
Yankees
to
on
see-
you, dude.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a funny-ass tattoo.
It's not gonna be. It's probably gonna be my least favorite
if you're
tattoo.
a Yankees fan, though, all these injuries are still winning. So I mean, it does suck. You're getting all these guys
Yeah,
hurt, but you're
but
still winning.
yeah.
So your guys are stepping up. So
Gary Sanchez went
not that
down. Encarnacion went down. Talkman, the guy
Stan's
who
coming
they
back
got
next
off
week?
some fucking. Talkman went down. A guy who they got from some slow pitch league who was tearing it up somehow.
They really got him
He
from
went
the
down.
Slopers League?
No, but
Oh.
kind
I
of.
was like, what?
No one knew who he was.
No, but you got Stanton coming back next week too.
Yeah.
Tuesday or something like that.
Who knows how he's gonna show
Yeah,
up?
we'll see.
I am kind of jealous of you Philly fans though. I'll
What is
admit
it
I'm
you
jealous
about?
because every October you guys get to watch the playoffs when you're not even fucking involved, just sitting on your couch. It must be amazing.
Well, yeah, it's a lot less stressful at that point of year.
Yes, well, but this was supposed to be the year. I mean, this wasn't particularly supposed to be the year we're going to win it all, but this is the year where we got key pieces, and it was supposed to all start coming together.
Oh, this was a failure of a year.
Yeah,
In
I
full.
mean, McCutcheon getting hurt was the biggest thing because he's your leadoff guy. He gets it going for you. The first half of the year, you really didn't have a center fielder, so that kind of hurt us. So you're sticking to Kingery all over the place. Center field, third base, you really didn't know where to put him. But it's a lot of it's the bullpen as well. That bullpen comes in and just like what's his name? That dude, Blake Parker. Every time I see him pitch, he gives up a home run every single time. And like if you see his pitching windup and everything. It is the weirdest thing I ever seen. It's like he's shaking off like it's like he's dancing like with like some Latina song or something. Like it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I have a question.
Throw the ball.
And it's not because I hate the guy. It's an honest question. Is Bryce Harper the most overrated player?
No.
In-
He's one of the most underrated right fielders in the game.
Cut the fucking.
His
podcast.
his right field play is unreal. How you can get that ball in quick. Obviously, you don't watch the Phillies.
All right, I'm going to head out.
Obviously, you don't watch the Phillies because that guy gets that ball in quick. And
Boy!
A month ago, he throws out. I forget who they're playing. Throws some dude out at third base. It was the hell of a throw. It was an amazing throw.
Jack, you know what? For fucking $330 million, he better make that fucking throw every night of the week.
Okay, what can Bryce Harper pitch for you? Can Bryce Harper catch for? Bryce Harper can't do everything. Okay, you got two. Great
That's
players.
for fucking goddamn
You
sure.
got two great players in JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper, but need help in the bullpen. You need help because this Vince Velasquez, that's not cutting it. This Nick Pavetta's doing all right, but it's not cutting it.
Okay.
You got Aaron Nola, one of the best pitchers in the league, gives up 1-2 runs every game, and you can't score more than 2 runs, and you're not helping him out. Like, come on, you gotta get it together.
I don't know what to say. Okay. Name me a player who's more overrated than Bryce Harper.
Manny Machado. Easy. What has Manny Machado been doing? Didn't he get more money than Bryce?
Okay, you gave me one.
That's actually
That's
really
what you
good.
just told me to give you one. That's what it is.
Give me another one.
I can't really. It'd be a lot of silence because I have to think about it. But right off the bat, Manny Machado. There you go.
Do you not
imagine the Phillies getting Manny Machado instead of Bryce Harper? Come on, that'd be fucking terrible.
I don't want either of them.
I think Bryce is one of the top 5 best players in the league, by far.
Top 5 best players in the league.
Yeah, right. As in fielding, hitting, all around, one of the top 5 best players.
I like where this is going.
I can't argue against it because I'm fucking blown away right now. I can't argue against it.
Facts,
That's
man.
not an excuse.
Do you
Speaking
like
facts.
legit think he's a top 5 player in the league?
I think he's up there, maybe top 10, but he's up there.
Let's
man.
not backtrack. You said he's a top 5
All right,
player
he's
in the
top
league.
5.
There we go.
He's
Stick
top
to
5.
it.
I'm sticking to it.
Good.
I mean, his fielding is so underrated. So underrated. Watch a game and watch him field that ball. It's unreal.
It's kind of hard
I
because
won't
Cody
watch
doesn't
him
watch
play.
any other baseball but the Yankees.
Yeah,
No, I watch a lot
got
of
a hard
fucking
on for the
baseball,
Yankees.
dude.
We talk about the Yankees way too much on this podcast too, man. Way too much.
It's almost like there's a Yankees flag hanging behind this guy.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
shit,
never
there it
leaving.
is.
You want to put up a fucking Phillies flag? They're discounted at the store.
I'm sure they are. Can't win 2 games in a row to see their life.
All right, so who do you have? Who are the 5? Who would you put as top 5 players in the MLB?
I mean, are we being legit here? Because I named fucking 20 players that
Go
take over
ahead.
Bryce Harper.
Go ahead.
Just off the top of my head?
Go ahead. No.
Give me a list of players.
All right.
I'm
Okay, let's
not
think
even doing this for the podcast. I'm blown away that first off,
Okay.
you're saying it. You're not saying nothing against it. That's fucking scary.
Okay, let's name some good players.
That's
here.
biased
You got
as
Mike
fuck.
Trout, probably the best player in the league, right?
I'm not fucking biased. I just talk shit on Carson Wentz.
Listen, you got Mike Trout, best player in the league, right?
Yeah,
Definitely better than Bryce.
absolutely.
Who else you
Cody
got?
Bellinger,
Belly, definitely better. You got Yelich.
Yelich. Yeah.
Give me one more.
I take Mookie Betts over Bryce Harper. I take
It's close, but
I take Nolan Arenado. Take Nolan Arenado
no,
over Bryce Harper.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What is Nolan Arenado? Is his team in a playoff chase? Is he helping his team win? No. The better player doesn't mean stats. Better player means what you can do for your team. Okay, it does mean stats. Stats have a little bit to do with it, but Bryce
I'm gonna
puts
cry,
that team
dude.
on his back, man. I'm telling you. Okay, the Phillies were so wishy-washy this year. The only player that's playing hard is Bryce Harper. The only player that's running balls out. The only player that's throwing past the cutoff man to get that third base, that runner out in third base. The only guy that looks like he's playing as hard as he
If
can.
Bryce
besides JT
Harper's
Realmuto.
putting that team on his back, you just made my whole argument. He's the most overrated player in the league.
Okay, but like I said, Bryce Harper can't do everything. Can't pitch the ball. Okay, he's not getting you a 9th inning save. can't do everything.
Hold on.
You got Bellinger. Bellinger, yeah, he's an amazing player. But look at the talent around him, dude. It's easy to be a good player. Imagine Bryce having some great talent around him. Reese Hoskins, I'm starting to, he's in a little bit of
How
slump.
much money is Bryce Harper making this year?
$30 million a year?
Or his contract, sorry.
$300 million, right?
Where does that rank? Do you know? Does anyone
What,
know?
contracts
Can you
ever?
get that up?
I can't.
Best contracts ever?
Can you get that up, please?
It's dead. I don't know.
Okay,
have a
so
fucking
are you
phone.
saying like contract what? What are you saying?
Where does his contract rank? Like, is he getting paid more than anyone?
Well, I think Manny Machado is making a little more than
Well,
him. Okay, you got me there. You could probably name 5 players ahead of Bryce Harper. But
if I had a list of with players in front of me, I could name 20.
Yeah.
20 that I'd
20?
rather have.
No.
With everything,
20?
contract, everything in fucking in. Yeah, I can name 20.
Don't even look at contract, dude.
I can name 20.
I'm looking at players that are balling out, going out and performing.
He ain't balling out.
Okay,
I appreciate your resilience.
yeah, but all right, we can talk about this another time.
Shitty
But-
thing is, there's gonna be all Phillies fans watching this shit.
Yeah, well, they probably won't agree with me, but I'm
I'm
just
gonna
trying to say
get
it from my
my
boy.
phone.
At least you went down swinging.
Yeah,
Like
but JT Realmuto,
you didn't back down.
no.
So
But I mean, Bryce Harper is not overrated at all. He's not overrated.
You win, I lose.
Do you watch? You don't watch Phillies games, man.
Yeah, dude, I watch a lot of baseball.
Okay. Well,
Dude, I watch so much baseball,
okay,
bro.
Dude, so much, bro. But I'm just saying, watching him field that ball and just look at some clips from this year of him throwing that ball in and stopping runs from getting in when the average right fielder will not
Okay,
do that.
well, I'm gonna look up. We'll
Dude's
kind of
got arm.
segue into my next thing anyway, quick.
Hitting walk-off homers. They
Because
got-
I
they
actually
have no
don't
help
know
in the
this. I
bullpen.
want to look this up. But my next segment is statistical approach to baseball. Has it gone too far, or is it just where it needs to be? And if anyone else wants to talk before me, because everyone's going to know where I'm at on that situation. But
It's hard, man. It's hard.
I'm talking about like batting average and strikeouts, not really
Batting average really
mattering
doesn't mean much.
anymore.
You're looking at OPS, on base percent, OBS, on base percentage. It's tough. You could go either way, but like I'm gonna say no then if I'm gonna go with the Bryce Harper thing because this guy, you might not have the best stats, but he's affecting the game somehow. As long as you can affect the game
Yeah, he's draining the Phillies' fucking
in a
wallet.
positive way. No, dude. There's plenty of things I could say, which I just probably cannot think right now. But being on the spot. But
If you lie to yourself enough, you'll think about
I
it.
guess if you think something's true, it'll eventually be true. But no, I just don't think people saying Bryce Harper is overrated. He's not overrated. He
I think-
does so many things that impact the game.
Do you guys have a take on it? Because it's
I want to hear yours first.
no. Here's my thing. Look, if you look at Moneyball, that was based off of stats. And even in football, not just baseball in general, but like the Cleveland Browns ran their whole system based off of analytics, and that really didn't work out. So for me, I think it's to be used directionally. I think
Yeah.
all things analytics is used to be
wrong.
You can't go
directionally.
100% into
You
the
can't
wrong.
just completely buy
Yeah,
into
you
that.
can. Yeah, you can.
No, you
No.
cannot.
Baseball, yeah, you can.
I-
Absolutely.
I
Okay, all right. What
Like-
can your eye test tell me that I can't tell you with a fucking stat? Name one
Maybe
fucking
like-
thing.
like-
No. Name one thing.
A hustle play isn't a stat, so a hustle play can change a game.
I want to
so-
know what you can tell me with an eye test that I can't tell you with a stat.
No, what I'm telling you right now is there are stats that are absolutely relevant. Everything can be defined with a stat, but these other things that you're looking into, the deep down things that you can't, that are just immeasurable,
Like
I think
what?
it goes
Don't
away.
swing on
Like
a
what?
2-0 pitch because you're not going to hit it. Like stuff like that, right? Like when you're digging don't swing at this one pitch because you're 30%. Like it's situational. Like I think like if you're in a certain situation, your stats don't matter.
I'd agree with that.
And what? In baseball, how?
Say there's some dude that's 1 for 30 in the last 20 games. Now, like, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going with it, but I'm just getting worked up, man. Like, I'm trying to prove a point, but I can't fucking figure it out.
I got him worked up, Bryce
You're
Harper.
in his head right now.
You're in it deep, man.
Yankees fans say rent free, bro.
So I hate Yankees fans, man.
All right, what eye test is there that I can't tell you with a stat?
Well, I think
Baseball,
it is. I think you
football,
said it.
I agree with you 100%.
With me, I'm gonna go with situations. I mean,
I think stats are amazing for baseball, and it's every MLB club is now flooded with nothing but analytics. It's just what it is.
yeah, you got
If
launch
you're a
angle
catcher,
and-
some things with catching, yeah. Like, I don't look at catcher stats besides, like, pop time and arm velocity. Because if you look at that, Gary Sanchez is a really bad catcher, but he's the best catcher in the league. But,
in the league,
yeah.
best catcher in the
Yeah.
league, over JT Realmuto.
Here we go.
JT Realmuto.
Oh, my God. He's so biased, dude.
Okay, who are they playing? If one team. They
Defe-
tried to steal on JT Realmuto 8 times. They couldn't
Defensively,
steal.
yeah, he might be better, but I'm talking all around best
Okay.
catcher.
JT Realmuto is
No,
pretty clutch.
no.
Pretty clutch.
Gary Sanchez is a fucking animal.
He gets hurt too much, man. Can't stay on the field.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
can't be
'cause
great
this
if you're not
fucking
playing.
dickhead.
You can't be great if you can't play if you're not on the field. Simple as that. JT Realmuto plays every game.
I gotta stop burping in the mic. I don't know where I was at. I'm lost.
We're talking about what eye tests. You're talking about what can we say that's the stats and stuff.
You're trying to tell me that stats are the most important thing and the only thing that matters in baseball.
No, don't flip it. I asked you to name me one thing your eye
I
test
did.
can tell me.
I did.
What?
The situational.
What's it? That's so fucking general. Just situational. Oh, you're right, dude. Situational.
Okay, but I'm saying in a certain
You said it. Let's go.
I agree with him. Hustle plays. Somebody who's not running as hard as they can. Be
Yeah.
so the
All
guy
right,
who
I'll
said he
give, I'll
gets
give
beats
you
out-
one.
beats
A
out-
hustle play.
beats. You said give us
I have
one.
a stat that can tell you first.
Okay, but even if it was like the most proven thing, like you still wouldn't agree with it.
What do you mean?
Because obviously we just had 3 different things, and you're not agreeing with them. You said name me one, we named you 2.
No, you said situational.
Situational
Hustling.
and hustling.
What do you mean hustling?
So say a batter beats out a dribbler to third base. That could be the reason why they win the game. You know what I mean? Like it's the guy could be 1 for 30 in the last 20 games.
Okay, so you want the guy that hustles that one fucking game over my
I'm
guy that I can
But
statistically
I'm saying
prove
just because he's
is
1 for
better
30,
in every level, but he fucking hustles.
just because he's 1 for 30 doesn't mean that play or he can't make something happen like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like I'm going around in circles here, but that's my take.
Well, I think you guys take shit.
Clearly.
Oh, yes.
And if you want someone that can fucking hustle, even though they're 1 for 30 over someone I can can't say the word, but I can argue it. Statistically better in every category, then that's unfortunate. That's probably why you're a Phillies fan.
You know, it's tough life, man. It's the life we live.
I
that
feel
all
like
we're
he
talking
just
about?
completely set us up just to be ambushed here.
No, because it's
Well, I'm just trying to go on the other
this
side
is
here.
this is Twitter in a fucking nutshell. I deal with you fucking dickheads every
I'm just
day.
trying to go on the other side.
Give
I'm
me
trying
a
to make,
fucking-
I'm trying to make a point. I'm just trying to make an
I love it.
argument.
I like it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. You don't like a lot of people don't like new stats in the MLB, but it's,
Trust me. Like if you like, I'm all for stats. Like if you're hitting 347 and I'm looking at you, I'm gonna say, oh, you're a pretty good hitter. You know what I mean? Like I'm for stats. It's just not everything. A stat doesn't like every situation doesn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Like every situation doesn't. Just because your stats are bad doesn't mean you can't come up clutch in a certain situation.
yeah, but
I feel like what you're trying to say is just because if you don't have good stats, you're not gonna be able to make a play or
no, that's not what I'm saying. I get what you're saying when you put it like that.
No, so
I'm
what
saying like generally like I don't even know how to put this.
Yeah.
Like I get what you're fucking saying.
Yeah,
though. I
yeah.
understand.
So what I understand here is short term, there are things like situational hustle plays, but long term statistics will end up winding, over the course of how many games in a MLB season, statistics will ultimately pretty much even out to prove to be on the better side. Is this where we're at?
I don't think anyone knows
that makes
anything
sense,
at all.
But,
That's where I see this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I kept fucking burping into the fucking mic. All right, that's it. I guess.
Classy, man.
Are we done?
I think we're done. So next week We're going to revisit our picks. We're going to talk about what we got coming up. Probably next week there might be, I don't know, Antonio Brown goes to jail. Somebody, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we got lots to talk about.
Yeah, and really stay in tune with our picks, man. You guys want to win some money. I mean,
Besides
don't follow Cody, but me and Spencer got a pretty good track record this season. So if you guys want to win some money, go with that. There's advice that we gave you earlier.
0-2 last week, 2-0 this week. Here we go.
See you, baby.
Fade the Gator.